Why sometimes you'll find like you'll meet your twin flame when it's like just after you settled into your life, or you thought that, okay, great, now I've got my footing. It's like, no, you don't. Here comes your twin flame. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I'm back with another video. I wanted to send you guys some messages from the masculine and be really to the point with this video. As always, I want to let you guys know this channel is an extremely safe place for you to be and to talk about the twin flame journey. I know that it is an unusual subject and it's not something that you can just go around discussing with just any and anybody. So please feel free to just be yourself here. I've got a beautiful community created and there's tons of support in the comment section. And by the way, guys, thank you so much for just being so supportive of each other. I've been going through the comments, and just to see you guys reaching out to one another is just fantastic. So I'll get right into it. The masculines are missing the divine feminines a lot, and something tells me that they're finding it extremely difficult to, just kind of like share their truth with you, because it sounds like embarrassment in the air. I don't know if you guys have any kind of like resonance with like a falling out, or the feminine having to like stand up for herself or draw boundaries, even just like cut him off or ghost him or be distant yourself. I feel them being like remorseful or even like regretful. So with that being said, if that resonates, I just wanted to pull a few messages from some decks that I have here. It's the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and what your masculine would like to say to you is that he's in his Knight of Wands energy. This is a masculine that wants to provide for his feminine, okay? So I'm not sure if like the conflict that you guys have had surrounds like maybe a little bit of frustration around like finances and finding your way in this world. And I think that he definitely wants to be the provider for you. I think that if you are in a situation where you're in a marriage or you're having a hard time getting out of a marriage because of finances, the universe wants you to know, like, there's nothing that can stand in the way of true love unless you let it. And sometimes you have to like follow your heart and trust, put your faith and trust into each other. You see how they're like naked on the horse there? So it's kind of like you got to go in with that like blind faith within each other to know that no matter what your circumstances are right now, whenever you choose love, like you'll be provided for. You'll be able to start over and be even more abundant and successful. Hence the wheat here. Okay, it's like you'll be able to like grow a new crop or like see things through in a new way, and you'll be even like more happy that you not only chose love, but that you're able to just like create this whole new life surrounded by like this wonderful energy now. Because what I get is that many of the masculines who do have like a lifestyle where there is a lot of money, there's no fulfillment there, because when you have a karmic partner that's like solely focused on just like the material world, it's really hard to connect with your heart space. And many of the masculines, because they've already touched base with their feminines on earth or like in this lifetime, they can't go back, guys. Like they really can't go back to just experiencing a mundane kind of connection. And it's really turning things like upside down, or like it's really getting awkward for them, right? Because when you've lived your life for so long thinking that like money, status, power, all of that stuff is important, and then you you meet your feminine, or like he meets his feminine, it's like all of those things don't matter anymore, and their world becomes like a little bit depressive. Okay, so if you're not hearing from them right now, they're really in this place of like struggling between, what do I do? And many of them are kind of like protective against hurting someone else's feelings. And I think that the universe is sending them clear messages about being like true and authentic to themselves. And like, you can't protect other people forever. Sometimes you have to understand that we are all here individually to live the best versions of our lives. And if you're on this twin flame journey, your twin flame will like directly ask you this question in so many ways. It's like, what do you truly desire? What do you truly want to experience in this lifetime? That's why sometimes you'll find like you'll meet your twin flame when it's like just after you settled into your life, or you thought that, okay, great, now I've got my footing. It's like, no, you don't. Here comes your twin flame. So yeah. So I want to use this deck as well because I haven't actually used it on the channel before. Or I have like a really long time ago, but just not enough. Okay, so your masculine wants you to know that you are destined for greatness. Oh, are you okay, Maggie? Are you grooming and getting sniffles off of your own fur? Welcome to my world. All right, so it says you are destined for greatness on the wings of love. And I think that this masculine would like you to trust that he knows what he's doing when it comes to feeling you out. So many masculines are watching you from afar, and I think that a lot of the feminines have maybe struggled with being themselves a little bit on this connection. And I want you to know that your masculines want to see you in your most authentic way. So many of you are concerned with being so perfect or shy around them, or it's like you want to present yourself in a way that's maybe more part of their world and less of yours. They want to see you in all of your awe. Like, the message I get from this too is that, like, if you're in a relationship with your twin and you guys are different races, like, he wants you to embrace your culture because that's what he finds, like, most beautiful about you. Okay? Like, I think the masculines in this group here would like you to know that, like, you're destined for greatness just because of who you are, and they don't ever want, like, their connection with you to make you, like, I don't want to say, like, dumb yourself down, but, like, you know, let his side of let his world overshadow your world in any way. And this will bring up, like, a lot for you in terms of, like, you know, realizing that you might be, like, a people pleaser, or realizing that, you know, you're just, like, longing to fit in. No, like, your masculine wants you to know everything about you is completely unique and individual, and he really likes that, as weird as your connection might be to each other. Like, maybe there's an extreme difference where he's, like, from a really different culture and you are from the other, like, end of an extreme culture, but somehow, like, you found each other, you know? So try not to lose yourself in your connection to your twin flame, and know and understand that you being yourself is what he admires most. Okay? Now I'm going to go for the last deck here, which is the Sacred Rebels. All right, so the masculines in this group would like to say, focus on the light. So I think that the masculines in this connection may be feeling that the feminines are feeling a little bit doubtful. You know, it's like you see a lot of, like, the negativity that goes on between you two. And somehow, like, the feminine always tries to All right, so we've got focus on the light. So I think that the masculines in this group are reminding the feminines about the way that you two feel about each other, or how you have felt about each other, especially at the beginning of your connection where you were just discovering this whole twin flame journey. It's like, if you could see, she's kind of like amazement at, like, the gift that she's been given. So much beauty around. And we've got the 37 as well on there. So the energy of the 3 is like the manifester, and then the 7 is like awakening. And when we reduce it, it becomes the 10, which is just the 1 amplified all over again. And that's why I think that maybe your masculine's asking you to go back to the beginning and kind of, like, remember the love between you two and don't forget it. Because things can get really negative on this journey, guys. Like, you have seen it yourself, especially if you listen to, like, a lot of tarot readings, or if you share your journey with someone who doesn't know what a twin flame is or hasn't had the experience. Like, you'll be made to feel like you're crazy, but your masculines are asking you to focus on the light, because they're having to do this right now while they're moving closer to you. Like, as absurd as your connection is to other people, they're having to, like, fight off the naysayers and, like, the kind of, like, negative energy in the air around you two. And both of you are being guided to just focus on the love, because the love that you two share, the reason you're experiencing negative energy is because people may not necessarily know why they're acting the way they are towards you, but it's just like weird. It's like the light you two reflect when you're with one another, or the mood that you're able to put each other in just by simple connections with each other, like a simple message every day from each other. It just puts you in such a high vibration and a good mood that you rub people the wrong way in terms of pointing out like their own insecurities, or they want to know like, why is this person so happy, or like you kind of like trigger them in a way that makes them feel like low. You know what I mean? Like they kind of feel jealous or negative or envious that they aren't able to experience it, or they can't ever imagine that something like that would ever exist, and it kind of like brings you down energetically. So if those of you who might resonate with that, or if you're going through that right now, your masculines want you to know like they're trying to fight this off, and they need you to just be there to suggest happy images in terms of loving them and believing in this connection. Okay, I hope this short reading finds you all well. I will catch you in the next video. Okay, take care, guys.